Hello everyone, I'm Lubetkin, and I was an intern for the Hint Group. So I had a lot of different roles I focused on over the summer, and I found that I really enjoyed working with a smaller startup. And working with a smaller startup had certain advantages that I'd like to break down and get into today. So one of the things I worked on was user experience. I learned and worked directly with the chief technical officer, and he had a lot of experience in the field on user experience. And that was something that allowed me to learn from his insight and really understand the customer's perspective for the product we're developing. I also started out the summer by recruiting a team of people. I recruited a team of interns from Florida Poly. I also led that team throughout the summer. There were regular check-ins, and there's a lot of hands-on development that I got into. I started very early planning out the project we were working on, and some of the things I knew I had to focus on, making sure everyone was on top of their time management. And as the summer went on, we started with just planning and we finished with a completed product. This complete product actually was out there, we tested out with some press releases and got some feedback on it that was really positive and helped the company secure their next round of funding. One of the big things I worked on this summer was something that artificial intelligences have struggled with for a very long time. And that was something that coming into the summer, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to accomplish. Basically, we built a very intricate tech demo, but we built something that wasn't necessarily something that people thought could be accomplished by artificial intelligence before this point. So my learning outcomes started with classes like Introduction to STEM, where I was on campus and I was doing a lot of team-based and project-based learning. And a lot of these projects, there were things I had struggled with. I struggled with managing and delegating to a team. I struggled with some of the soft skills, and that was a big focus for this summer, was working on those soft skills. And through the experiences I had this summer, I've really been able to develop those skills. And I learned that maybe I work better working with a smaller team. Initially, when I started out this summer, I was working with a very large team of interns, and we sort of pared down as the summer went along, and I was working more directly with the administration of the company. One second, I'm just trying to find the press release that we put together. Another big thing, coming into the summer, I wanted to be able to program in a real-world setting. And that was something I hadn't had before then. I hadn't had the experience seeing my project out there with the actual clients. One second, I'm just trying to pull it up for press release. So this was the press release that we put together, and got a lot of really great feedback, and you guys can see the technology in action. In recent months, I'll read to you the press release. In recent months, we've made accurate forecasts. Can you see it on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In recent months, we've made accurate forecasts across multiple industries, including the U.S. Supreme Court ruling on gambling, and the companies that would benefit most. Today, we're excited to share the power of showing and reveal the key insights from the European Central Bank. President Mario Draghi, during his recent announcement after an ECB meeting, in this clip, Draghi asserted the substantial progress has been made, as we've seen the video, proprietary data, ingest, and computer vision elements of Sherlock, combined with humans and Luke, show a very different story with the data to back it up. In this clip, clearly established guilt and sadness as primary drivers in a sentence referring to substantial growth. These findings show that movement being said is likely not in line with what is actually true. If Mr. Draghi was honest in his statement, sadness and guilt would not be leading drivers. I find this here the first in a series of many come. We know we can extract key insights from data, regardless of its form, and deliver those insights with level of accuracy not seen before. Breaking the next step. So, let me show you in action. I built an artificial intelligence that can analyze a video clip and come back with very interesting and intelligent insights. Let me turn on this appears. Actually, we'll just do that. So as you can see, the breakdown of emotional intelligence of the space. This is something that the emotional intelligence has been a big struggle for our professionals for a long time, but I was able to develop my own computer vision AI that can, with a very high accuracy, determine the emotions. And there's multiple layers to it in this solving intelligence, but with here the linguistic analysis. In summary, this is the breakdown of what AI was able to figure out. And the great thing is we make the data actionable by giving a recommendation. This summer I was taking 15 credits as well. I took additional computer vision courses online in addition to those courses. I also got a certification in Unix systems administration. And those classes and programming classes had a lot of very practical applications, but taking them and doing something very out there in the real world was something I was really proud of and being able to see that in action. Some of the lessons I took away from working with this company was that the smaller startup environment allowed me to work directly with some of the leadership in the company. That was the environment that really fostered the creative growth I was looking for as an intern. And it was an opportunity to realize some of my own strengths, and the way I overcome them was by being extra vigilant with my check-ins, being on top of managing a team, and realizing how I can overcome and compensate for some of my own weaknesses as a team leader. And it was really a great opportunity to see an idea from start to finish. There was very early planning stages, the recruitment stages, then the actual hands-on development, then the testing and the user experience, and the actual business side of the startup where I was working with them and got to see behind the scenes what goes into the day-to-day functioning of running a startup. Those are really great opportunities that I can take away and bring to my own startups, and it helped this company secure funding that allowed them to hire me for a role throughout the year. Thank you so much.